Hello everyone, in this video, we're going to build and sell an API step by step. We'll be using a powerful automation tool called N8N, and to deploy it easily, we'll use a platform called Ofclock. After signing in, navigate to the Instances section and click on Deploy New Instance. From the list, select N8N, give your instance a name, choose a region, and click Deploy. Within seconds, your N8N instance will be ready. Now let's head over to Claude AI to generate a professional script that we'll use inside the code node in our N8N workflow. I'll be using test credentials for this demo, so make sure to remember your email and password when you sign up. Now let's build the workflow from scratch. First, give your workflow a clear and meaningful name to keep things organized. Click the plus icon to add your first node and search for Webhook. This node will handle incoming requests to your API. Inside the Webhook settings, you'll see two URLs: test URL, used during development; production URL, used when going live. Set the HTTP method to post, then under path, enter the endpoint name. In this case, we'll use detect. Under the respond dropdown, select using respond to webhook node. This allows you to send custom responses later in the flow. Next, add an HTTP request node. This will perform the actual request to the target URL. Enable the option Include Response Headers and Status. This is important when building a complete API. However, if your use case is simpler, you might not need it. In the URL field, click the expression Editor to make the input dynamic. This ensures your API is flexible. It can receive the URL from the body, query, or route parameters. Now add a code node. This is where we'll paste the JavaScript code generated earlier by Claude AI. Just copy the code and paste it here. Simple and straightforward. Next, add a respond to webhook node. This will return the API response when everything works as expected. Set the respond with option to all incoming items, and set the response code to 200. Now let's handle the error path. Go back to the HTTP request node, Settings tab, and under On Error, select Continue using error output. This tells N8N to keep going even if the request fails. Add another respond to webhook node to handle the failed case. Set the response code to 403, and in the Respond with dropdown, choose JSON. I will add an example code. And that's it. Your basic API workflow is now ready to handle both success and failure responses. Now let's do some final touches. To rename a node in your N8N workflow, Just right-click on the node, select Rename, and type in a clear name. Repeat this for all your important nodes. It really helps keep your workflow organized. Once everything is set, let's activate the workflow and make it production ready. Next, we'll move to RapidAPI to publish and sell the API we just built. In the Studio tab, click on Add API Project. Choose a name, add a short description, pick a category, then click Add API Project. At this point, make sure you've prepared an API icon and optionally a terms of use file. Adding terms of use is optional, but highly recommended for professionalism. Now, one of the most important fields is the base URL. Copy it from the Webhook node, but make sure to exclude the endpoint name. It should be just the base path. In the health check section, although optional, we'll set it up too. Create a new webhook trigger in N8N, copy the path, and paste it into the ping URL field. This allows you to receive email alerts if your API goes down or stops working. Next, go to the Definitions tab and create a new REST endpoint. Give it a name and a description. Make sure the HTTP method matches the one you used in the webhook node and use the same endpoint path. In the Query tab, add the key name that your API will accept as input. Optionally, you can add an example value. This helps users test the API easily. After that, click Save, and let's test the API. Click on View in Hub to see your public API page. Head to the endpoint you created. In the Params tab, enter your test value. Click on Test Endpoint. If you receive 200 OK, that means your API is working correctly. In the JSON section, copy the response and add it as an example in your endpoint settings. Now go to the General tab and under Visibility, Make your API public. Also, re-enable the health check if needed. Everything looks good so far. Let's move to the Docs tab. Here you can add full API documentation. I've prepared mine in advance to save time in the video. Finally, go to the Monetize tab. Set pricing plans and request limits for each subscription tier. Once you're done, head back to your API page and review everything. Let's do a small update to the endpoint settings. Since our API accepts both query and body parameters, let's add a JSON body example to make it clear for users. Remember to save your changes every time to avoid losing progress. Now for security, go to the Gateway tab to add protection to your API. Under Authorization, create a new key named Authorization and set its value to a secure token. You can generate one using any password generator tool. Then go back to your Webhook node in N8N and add the same key and value. In the Authorization section, select Header Auth, create credentials, and make sure to use the same values. Don't forget to prefix the token with bearer. Once you're done, test your API one last time with the new secured headers. If you still get 200 OK, then congratulations. Your API is now live, secure, and ready to sell. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to support the channel by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.